Hey, what's going on, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed your boating from last week. I couldn't believe those boats made it up those waterfalls, but it did. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything right on the predictions. The closest thing was the CEO offices and renovations. It's not that, but it is the cargo warehouses, which gives me a little bit more of a clear prediction that we're going to see double money on the special cargo this next week. I thought it was really weird how the nightclubs were the thing on sale this week because we have this massive gap that happened, and then we have like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and that just doesn't match up with any of these trends from earlier in the year, you can see. So why exactly that was so soon, I don't know. Same thing with the homes. It hasn't been that long since we've seen something on sale for that, and now it's the garages. So it just seemed really odd that there would be like a repeat week so quickly. So it makes me think that they're kind of trying to stall the discounts out, and I'll go over that part later. But I wanted to touch on this again really quick because there is a flow that goes with this game that if you can follow it, it's going to help you a lot in the long run. If you look on Thursdays, Thursdays are always the day that you want to wait to buy things, and then throughout the week you earn the money, and Wednesday is like your last call. And if you can follow this formula, it's going to really help you out. Now, if you're trying to go against the formula and still get all of the things in the game, or a lot of them, you're going to spend a lot more time doing it that way. Because what this will also do is give you a bunch of spare cash, which I have a feeling that we're all going to be wanting very soon. Surely you've seen this now, the Cayo Perico heist. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming out, and they're probably going to put a lot of the old stuff on sale too. So they're really going to be trying to get you to buy those shark cards come Christmas. Let's get into it though. This week, your main thing that you're going to want to get is the nightclub because it connects to all of the motorcycle businesses, the bunker, as well as the cargo warehouse. It gives you a safe full of cash and lets you participate in business battles, which gives you a lot of money. Real quick though, the vehicles that are on sale this week is the R88, the RE7B, Hakachao Drag, Rampant Rocket, Vindicator, and the podium vehicle, which is the BR8. Now, open wheel races are 2 times the money, so that's definitely something good, and it's $3.4 million usually, so you can't go wrong by winning this car. Now, getting back to the nightclubs, all of them are on sale, and the Vespucci Canals nightclub is no longer for free, so hopefully you took advantage of it. There's some cheap ones, though. This one here is 600 something thousand. If you have some way of flying around, it's probably not that bad to get to. I have that one in the middle of the city because it's close to the arcade. Same thing goes for this arcade here. If you look, there's a nightclub that's like right by it. And these ones at the north side of the city are also closely located to arcades. It doesn't really matter which one you get, but that is something to consider because if you get the arcade and the master control terminal, you'll be going back and forth between the arcade and the nightclub quite a bit. This is my drive from the nightclub to the arcade, and I have this route down pretty good now, and it only takes me about 10 seconds to get there. There it is. Inside, you can manage all your MC businesses, your CEO businesses, whatever you want to do, and that includes the nightclub. You can also manage from the arcade, and that's where I usually prefer to do it. The reason why is because you can do everything and you can restore the popularity in a much quicker way if you don't like doing the missions. It stocks up a bunch of product. You can see it building up right here. And you will need to hire the workers to get that product for you. They do cost a couple $100,000 each, but you'll want to do that as well as getting these upgrades eventually. It just kind of a step-by-step thing, but it's great passive income where you can just do whatever you want in the game and get money. And so the renovations are also discounted, but the most important one that you're going to want to make sure you get is the storage. Now, the storage comes with different levels of it, and the more storage that you have, the more that you can stuff this nightclub full of goods. And when I go to sell this thing, I'm usually sitting around $1 million per sale. Now, you can do a lot of stuff to the inside of the nightclub, make it look really cool. There's a dry ice and lights that you can put in there, and this is where you get your safe money right here. And that usually will fill up to 70,000, but I usually try to collect it whenever I'm there just because it's convenient. So anyway, moving on from the nightclub to the CEO warehouses. Now, you will need to have a CEO office in order to get a warehouse, so hopefully you pick that up when it was on sale last. But if you're a new player and you didn't have that opportunity, it should be coming up soon. It's hard to tell, but it's definitely trending to where it's something that could happen any week now. But anyway, let's go check it out. We have all of these, the large ones in particular, are discounted. So any one of these is great. Some of them are cheap, some of them are a little bit more expensive. I have one, I think it's a little bit on the expensive side, and the reason that I picked this one is because it goes along the highways. Like all of the main highways will basically lead you there, like pretty much frictionless. And some of the other ones are probably a little bit harder to get to. As you can see, mine's pretty empty. I have a lot of work to do because I definitely predict that these sales will be 2 times money next week. Now, finally, some of the garages are marked down as well. It doesn't really seem to have any logical way of doing it. Like, some of them are large, some of them are small. So it's definitely a time to buy property if you're thinking about it. Now, if you want to buy some of these discounts and you don't have any way of doing it, go into the jobs menu and go to adversary mode and scroll down and pick one of the deadline series out. These are going to give you really good money in not that much time. Basically, you're just driving around on one of these style bikes and you're trying to eliminate the other person. Now, these are fantastic if you don't have a business or you just want to do something different for a little while, because you'll be making pretty good money on these. Now, this match in particular, I was playing for 10 minutes and I made $66,000, so you can't complain about that. Now, for all you racers out there, the race locations are the RC Bandito at construction site number 2, and then all the way up north, we have Up and Adam, which is the land race. Basically, when you go to do the land race, you come up to this thing and... Wait, what's this? What is this guy doing? He doesn't even want in here. He's just leaving. Man, I don't know. Anyway, GPS this location before you do the race. And then, when you do, watch out for these guys that keep trying to pull into that parking lot and mess you up. I don't understand it, for real. Anyway, get on the highway and start going over to the left side, usually kind of on this yellow strip. And you're just going to follow this all the way through Paleto Bay. And once you get out to the other side, you still want to try to stay left so you can cut in on that without losing any speed. Then you're going to do the same thing up here. You're going to go really far left. This is me just traveling in a straight line right there, basically, and maximizing speed, cutting in both sides there, and then back out to the right, and then just pin it once again. Get on this straight stretch, lean forward, do a wheelie, whatever you can to get some more speed. And then when you get up to this corner, you're going to cut on this side. You can slow down. I'm only going about 70% right there. Just be careful. And after this pull, you're going to just jump off this cliff right here and shoot for the finish line. Pick up your 100,000. The RC Bandito race is a little bit more complicated than that. This one's particularly difficult because of all of the scaffolding you have to drive on, but this is basically what you're going to do. Those ones, you can cut in pretty far and still get the checkpoint. Drive under that thing, sharp right, and then up the scaffolding here. Sometimes I throw in a little jump there, sometimes not. And then you're going to go up this scaffolding again. I messed this up pretty badly, so hopefully you don't do that, but it just lets you know that there's a little bit of time to play around with. So this time I go real slow, about 50% right there. And then you're going to circle around this red bit of steel construction. This is kind of like an S-corner. drop down in here, you gotta be real careful you're going straight, but even then I ended up spinning out and hitting walls. Not doing great, but at least I didn't fall off. And then you're gonna circle around here, hit some more walls. That's pretty much the gist of this race. Hitting walls. Basically, that's gonna be it once you turn this left corner right there. That's the end. That's 100,000 in a minute if you can get it. Alright, so moving on to the forecasting. Hopefully we see an Akula on sale pretty soon here, because it's been forever, and that's pretty much the trend, is it takes forever. But another one is the arena. We're definitely due for that. The bunkers are looking like they're due. They were happening a little bit more frequently earlier in the year, but we're like right on target for something in the next couple of weeks for that. Another thing is the CEO offices, and since the warehouses are on sale, I definitely am expecting some kind of CEO thing to happen next week, whether it's 2 times money on the sales or the CEO offices are on sale. Something will come up for that. I just have a feeling. Basically, we're definitely looking like we're due for those as well. Same with the hangar. It's really just kind of all over the board. Any one of these could come up. We might even see a couple of them at the same time, which is going to shoot our discount rate through the roof. And then, of course, nobody has money to buy it, right? So hopefully what we see with this big discount coming, whenever that may be, is 2 times money on a VIP, which is pretty rare, as you can see. But when that happens, pretty much anybody is able to make millions upon millions. So let's get back to our income chart, and if you guys don't agree with what I'm saying, or you have a different take on it, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section, because this can be something that we discuss as a community. That's totally okay with me. This doesn't have to be a one-sided thing. But we'll take a look here, and you can see that the discounts rose this week a little bit, which when you draw a line about at the peak of there, you can see those last 2 points are lining up with it pretty much perfectly. We still have those support levels from many times this year, right here, here. Basically, this point looks like now that it's going to be right around Christmas, which makes sense logically with, you know, the news and updates and the Christmas season, that there's definitely going to be a rise in these discounts, so that we want shark cards, right? So definitely predicting this big event to happen towards Christmas time, and we'll see a major rise in discounts. So make sure you're stacking that cash. And if you're not stacking that cash, the Hawkachow Drag is the bike of the week. Now this thing costs around 600,000, which is probably the cheapest thing you're going to find that will beat the land race. It's a little bit difficult to go around tight corners like these because of that long wheelbase. It makes it hard to turn in. But if you want to do high-speed runs on relatively open roads, this thing's going to open up a whole new world of fun. So that's all for now. I'll see you next time.